things about OpenDP they're not clear? Know more about?
Any mathematical questions?
Any statistical questions? Mohammed?
I have a question. Very interesting. So given that the project has like NSF funding and then also industry support, how are you imagining governance kind of taking place, given that there's many different stakeholders?
That's a great question. And that's, part of the question was, given that the project has NSF funding, some industry funding, another element currently based here in the university, how do you imagine governance working? That's actually figuring that out is one of the goals of this NSF grant, is to explore a number of possibilities, looking at other open source projects as models. If this project continues to grow as we hope it will, it may not make sense for it to forever be sitting entirely within the university. So that will change the set of governance options that are available. Something that happens with other projects like the R project is there is a separation between the core project that has its own governance structure and makes the final decisions on the direction and development. But there is close interaction with some kind of consortium of industry users and industry stakeholders that provide support for the project and through that helps the project be informed by what the needs of the industry users are. So if folks have thoughts about this, have experience with this, have ideas on what could work well for something like OpenDP, we're all ears. We're going to be trying to figure that out over the next couple of years.
With the financial model. Because it's easy to imagine that we will just create a nonprofit and we'll have a building and there'll be some executive committee or something like that. And how would you be in charge of raising the money for it? So somebody needs to do that at the moment. Don't tell anybody while everyone else is at the inauguration. But we're using a lot of Harvard resources to make sure that to basically incubate the program. And we get it at Salil's project at Season, the Harvard Privacy Tools. Privacy Tools Project. Privacy Tools Project and the Institute for Quantitative Social Science over here. Across the street, and so we're incubating it basically, but we have to figure out what it becomes when it grows up.
Questions? All right, so then one just last thing I wanted to mention, I was kind of thinking as Karen was talking at the end. We have some structured community working groups that we've initiated with volunteers in the community, having a group. You'll hear more about them later. The educational materials working group. We're hoping the breakout sessions today on responsible use of DP and privacy auditing will lead to community working groups. But we would also love to see some just organically created ones. And to use the Slack channel, if you have an idea that the community of practice on DP really needs a group of people who are putting their heads together to think about issue X, that's what this community, part of what we want to do is support that through this community. So don't hesitate to make your own proposals. Christine?
So I'm not proposing to lead this one, but I can imagine a group on usability. I say dentist.
Fantastic. Yeah, so that intersects, but it's not the same as educational materials. And there's been a lot of great work. Those who are at TVDP heard a talk and posters about it. We've been doing user studies and in Tumult as well, looking at usability. It's a major issue for differential privacy. It'd be great to have a group looking at that. Thanks. All right, with that, why don't we go to a break and brainstorm ideas. What a break, 10 minutes.
10:45.
Oh, 10:45. So we have half an hour, almost half an hour. Great.